When I dug a little deeper, but when I first came across your work, I originally thought it was someone in a particular profession who perhaps isn't that engaged with it. So not perhaps doing quality work and then using these principles to increase the quality of it or treat it like it's a craft, if you like. Is there any quality aspect to what you do, applying those principles to their profession?
It's at the center.
Okay.
It is at the center. And the way of craftsmanship comes out of the professions. So you've just taken it right back into full circle into the profession. So looking at the way we learn our trades, occupations, and professions, and I just use the word craft to encompass all human work endeavor in that regard. All of them use a structure to teach what is the knowledge of the craft. All of them use practice and process to improve your execution, your capability in the craft or the trade. And all of them then have an end result that you're trying to achieve. Yes, some product or service or idea that you're putting before not only yourself, but others. And quality or excellence of execution is at the center of craftsmanship, no matter what it is that you do. So it basically says, well, therefore, if that is a universal principle of all of our work in all of the different things we do as human beings throughout all of time, why can we not use that same universal principle that we all know, understand, and love and bring it back into, if I'm going to make a masterpiece of my own life as the ultimate work, why not do it with quality?
It makes me think of, that phrase, being stuck in a dead-end job. It makes me think that they're not using those four phases, because if they were, then perhaps it wouldn't be a dead-end job, because they'd be applying craftsmanship.
Well, that's a beautiful idea. And that is the idea that ultimately all your masters and mentors in craftsmanship, whatever it is, the medium, whether it's thought mediums or, tangible physical mediums, all your masters are always teaching you those principles that you just described. One of the ways that becomes a liberating idea for people stuck in a dead-end job is that while the job may be something they had to take, circumstances required that they create an income, and that they had to engage themselves in something that really was in their heart and soul, that by applying and being craftsmen or women as the fundamental view of themselves, what they would do, to your point, quite clearly, is to apply the pursuit of craftsmanship to the endeavor they are engaged in, so that even though it's not fulfilling their soul as their ultimate trade or craft, they are applying craftsmanship and getting and learning from it and bringing that back into making themselves. Yes?
Especially when it gets to third and fourth phases.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we need that. So what it ends up, what you also end up learning in the study, and I've been doing this now 30 years, but what I've also ultimately boiled it down to in the study is that when you go through your life, you may engage in different work at different times in your life for all kinds of different reasons. I mean, your guest yesterday, who was a professional musician, or several days ago, the Stoicism, was a musician, did professional music, then moved on to having a music studio, and now has moved on to, another trade, if you will, as he moves through life. It didn't mean that his purpose has to be different, whereby the purpose is getting satisfaction and pride out of one's work, and that others can see and have access and use that work and also have a sense of satisfaction from it. That principle or purpose stays with you throughout your life, even though your work may change at different times throughout your life. That central purpose always stays. So this is something that when you get that embedded in you, really helps you get through, quote, the tough times when you're having to do those works that's really not your spiritual calling, but is a required necessity for